Namaste, welcome to Geeta's Kitchen. Today we'll be seeing a Diwali special recipe which is mixture. Mixture is a very popular recipe especially with South Indians for Diwali. Here, although this is a channel for beginners, I am going to show you that mixture is not very difficult to make and it can be made with a little effort and not too much time also. Let us see how to make it in a simple manner. We are going to fry some cornflakes, some poha or chuda, then make ompadi ribbon, okay, and then we are going to add some gram dal, a little bit of ground nuts, and then maybe some cashew nuts, curry leaves. So mixture is essentially a combination of different varieties of snacks with some salt and chili powder, and together it forms a very crunchy recipe. So the tools we require, that is what I want to tell you. Apart from oil, another major ingredient, salt and chili powder. Now coming to the tools, you will need a mold like this which has got different plates through which you press out different shapes of the batter. This is called a chakli mold or a save mold. It can come like this type, wherein you put in the mold and press out the batter through it, or you can have another type like this where the batter goes into this and then you press it out. It doesn't matter which one you have, but you need one of these types definitely. Apart from that, for making the bundi, you will need, I have this large one, a slotted spoon. I'm sure many of you youngsters especially may not have it. Don't worry at all. You can still make it with this kind of a spoon into the oil. So let us see how we can make a good tasty mixture with the available resources. Okay. First I kept the oil for heating. Now we'll start by making omapadi or save. For that I have taken 1 cup of besan or gram flour, to which I am going to add quarter cup of rice flour. Add some salt and a little bit of hing to this and mix the dry ingredients together very well. Water little by little till it becomes a soft dough, more or less like a chapati dough consistency. See, this is the dough. Now I am using this ompadi press. Fill in the mold. Always have some water at hand, and then this is the plate which we are going to use. Now we have filled in this mold. We are going to press the omapadi save into the hot oil like this in a circular motion. Now flip it around. This cooks very fast, so it just takes less than a minute to cook. I am just showing you small quantities at a time. This is how we do. This is done. See? Lovely ompadi is done. Adjust the temperature of oil. If it becomes too hot, then your ompadi color will become too red. Flip it over. Just wait for the bubbles to become less. That means your save is ready. Initially, as soon as you put it in the oil, you will find a lot of bubbles and sizzling noise. When that sizzling noise comes down and the bubbles also become less, that means your omapadi is ready. Transfer the fried omapadi into a larger bowl and lightly crush it, where we are going to mix in the other ingredients. Now you can keep this aside. Next, we will make the ribbon pakoda. For the ribbon pakoda, your measurements are, you need rice flour 2 cups. Here I am just going to take 2 measures of rice flour and 1 measure of gram flour. You can just translate this into anything. If you are using 2 cups of rice flour, then take 1 cup of gram flour. That is the proportion. Now to this you add some salt, chili powder, hing, and a little bit of white sesame seeds, and then from this hot oil we just take about 1 tablespoon of hot oil and pour it over this. Mix all together. Add water and make a soft dough. Your dough for making the ribbon pakoda is ready. This is the plate we are going to use. Check the dough for salt before frying in the oil. Then fit the plate onto the chakli mold. Put the dough into this and then press out into the hot oil. It falls out in the shape of a ribbon. That's why it's called as a ribbon pakoda. Some people even refer to it as tape in some parts of South India. Whatever the product is the same. So allow this also to fry in the hot oil. Make the oil medium hot, not too hot. Only then your ribbon pakoda will be nice and crispy. See, now the sizzling sound has become less. Flip it over and cook in the other side also for another 1 or 2 minutes. Sometimes children ask me, Auntie, how will we know that it is done? You can know that when the number of bubbles reduce and the sizzling sound also becomes very less. This you can take it out slightly reddish if you like and drain out the oil. Take the kara bundi. For this I am going to take besan, gram flour 1 cup, and rice flour I am going to take 1/4 cup. This is the proportion for the bundi. To this we are going to add salt, chili powder, a little bit of asafoetida. Mix all together. To this I am going to add say about 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder, or if you have cooking soda you can add that too. This only adds to the crispiness of the bundis. So I have only shown you 1 or 2 batches of each. You can increase the quantities and make as per your requirement. So the ribbon can go aside. For making bundis, we mix the flour together and add the water little by little. If you want, I can measure it and show you so that you know how much exactly to add. I'll take it in a cup. Add and keep mixing. It should not become too watery. I would say that it should be in the consistency of a slightly thick dosa batter. I have taken slightly less than 1 cup, maybe about 3/4 cups of water is what I have used for this. Now, for this I have taken this slotted spoon, pour the batter and just rub it on the plate like this. Allow the bondis to fry. Just turn over a couple of times. Now if you have a spoon like this, it's very comfortable so that you can remove large number at one time. Now the sizzling sound has stopped, the bubbles have also ceased. That means your bundis are crisp and ready. If you don't have this, don't worry, you can just remove it with this kind of a spoon itself. I'm only using that for convenience, that's all. Now some of you might think, I don't have a spoon like this, auntie has this and she's using it. So there's no problem, use a regular slotted spoon which I'm sure every household will have, and take out smaller quantities of the dough and pour it through this and gently rub it like this. It should not flow over the sides. This way also you can do with whatever resources, utensils, spoons which you have at home. If you use a smaller slotted spoon, use a smaller spoon like this to pour out the batter. So you do likewise with all the batter. Remove your kara bundis. See, wait till the kara bundis are slightly reddish in color. Then only you will find them to be really crisp in taste. See, our work with making the dough and squeezing out from the chakli molds is over. Next we have to fry the corn flakes and the poha, that is the rice flakes. It is nice, this is a good suggestion to get a frying basket like this. You can of course fry it directly in the oil, but when we use this, it becomes very convenient. So just pour oil, keep this and take little bit, about 1 or 2 tablespoons each time, and fry. Wait till it really fluffs up and fries in the oil. Can you see that? Then drain out the oil, take onto an absorbent paper. Otherwise, if you put it directly into the oil, see, by the time you collect it with your spoon like this, some of them might have got burnt and you might not be very fast at that. So this way it is better. See, this is the last batch of the cornflakes. See how well it has fried, how easy it has been to remove it. If you still have some remaining here, they can all be removed out like this. Now this is the poha or choda. Just as we fried the cornflakes, so also let us fry this. Till it becomes nice and crisp. See, when you fry choda, always buy the thick poha. Then it will fry very well for the mixture. Our major work is over. Now next we will fry the cashew nuts. Again in hot oil, keep the basket inside and put the cashew nuts. And see, now your cashew nuts are all fried golden. Drain out the oil, add it to the mixture. Here I have taken a small quantity of raisins. Just that slight touch of sweetness, I feel it really adds to the taste of the mixture. See how the raisins are bloating up when you put in the oil? That's it. When they are bloated up and fried, drain out the oil, add. Next we are going to fry the ground nuts. See, can you hear that sound, spluttering sound when you put the groundnuts in the oil? That shows that they are getting fried. You just wait a couple of minutes, that will also die down. See, the groundnuts are also now fried to reddish brown color. Having this basket is really very convenient. I keep repeating it because I find it very useful. Next, this is the roasted gram. So this doesn't go in for a long time. Just put it into it and just stir it around for a couple of minutes. Just 1 or 2 minutes will do. Not even 2 minutes. See, now the roasted gram is also done. Drain out the oil, put it on an absorbent paper so that you remove all the excess oil. Finally, we are going to add in a very special ingredient which gives the authentic flavor to the mixture, and that I would call as the crowning glory of the mixture. That is curry leaves. I have washed, drained and kept aside. Just fry these curry leaves in oil. Again, you can use the basket. You can hear them spluttering when you put them into the oil. Just fry them till they are crisp. The aroma of these freshly fried curry leaves really gives the true Madras mixture taste. Now we have all our items fried and ready. So this is the Omapadi save which we did at the beginning. Next we made the ribbon pakoda. Then we made the kara bundi. We have fried the cornflakes. We have fried the poha, the gram dal, and then all the nuts, cashew nuts, ground nuts, a few raisins and curry leaves. These are potato chips. I have not made it at home. I bought it from the store. I like to add it to the mixture. So now what we are going to do is we are going to mix all these together thoroughly. So just lightly break up these but don't make it a fine powder, just break it up into 1 or 2 pieces. That's it. Then add everything one by one. Add in the fried cornflakes, add in the fried poha, for mixing, take a large container like this and put all the fried ingredients one by one into it. Add in the potato chips. That also 1 or 2 you can lightly crumble them. And then add the roasted gram and the fried curry leaves. Mix them all together like this. Only when you shake the whole box together, they will all get mixed thoroughly. Finally, what we do is, I have taken 1 teaspoon of hot oil in this. To this, I am going to add half a teaspoon of salt, a little bit of hing or asafoetida, and some chili powder, about half a teaspoon of chili powder. Mix it all together and pour it into the mixture. Because we have not added salt separately for the cornflakes, the chuda and the nuts. So this way you get a very good flavor because of the asafoetida, and the salt and chili powder are also thoroughly mixed in the entire mixture. So our Diwali special South Indian style mixture is ready. Whenever you want, take some out in a bowl and share it while you are chatting and catching up on news with your family and friends. You can store it in an airtight box, allow it to cool and then put the lid. So so that you can use it over a week also, no problem. See how it was simple to make, it was not too difficult. You can adjust the quantities according to the amount of mixture that you require. This is the basic method. So do it very carefully. Have a safe and happy Deepavali. Thank you.